Hello, hello, and thank you once again for connecting to this your space where you can find all the information that I'm sure you need for a strategic move or to get out of that situation or conflict that you may be experiencing. I have prepared a very nice presentation that I just want to share with you in order for you to have a better idea on the way I work, and is for executive decisions and their architecture on how to get, a clear solution for a specific situation. So, without any further ado, clarity when the error is not an option. So, what is truly at stake here? The higher risks. This could be, the assets or the legacy of the company, but also your reputation. Sustaining success without you losing yourself on the way to that. There is a huge conflict that you may be experiencing, and when you are trying to make a decision or to know which move you should do, there is conflict between who you are as an individual, as a person, and who you are as a professional, having the position that you're having in that company and the decision that you need to make. The next point is breaking invisible ceilings, because overcoming the barriers of relentless self expectation is a key element. Normally, people has these beliefs that they come with you because of the way that you were educated, because experiences, professional experiences that you have in the past, and they have defined you where you are at the moment. Those beliefs, they could be corrected to the right ones for this specific moment. Your level of consciousness is different now to what it was back in the past, so we need to make them in tune in order for you to move forward and make things simpler when it comes to make a decision for you to see it clear. So let's move forward to the next part of the presentation. So here it is, my role as your strategic partner. So I look into different elements in here that are important. External strategic thinker, risk officer, because I work in compliance. I have the experience and the knowledge and the background to help you out to identify the risks that could involve making a decision, or to think about the overall scenario, the 360 view of the risk that represents X, Y, or Z situation in your company or organization. Also, I could be your chief financial officer, because I also work in the financial industry with mortgages, with protection, with financial advice, with companies directors, insurance, strategies, etc. So I could be that person to also analyze that view. Alignment. So the next point is quite good because it's harmonizing strategy, leadership, and personal sense. This is a very critical point. Normally, leaders or the people, you as a CEO, you as a chief executive officer or risk officer or financial officer or the legal officer, you may be in a situation where people look at you and they don't open up. It's not that they don't trust you, it's because of your level of authority within the company or your organization that they cannot get close. It's because perhaps they could feel intimidated by your position, not by you, but your position. So this is something that we can analyze as well, how to get close to the people that is important for you to get close to, because they can have very good information. They can give you the real data that you need in order for you to make that strategic move. And execution, transforming confusion into the high precision roadmap, clear roadmap. So this connects to the previous point. Knowing your people, knowing the strategies is going to make things simpler in order for you to make the move and to make that decision. Moving on to the next point is operating code. This is how I work operationally. So absolute confidentiality. You can see my terms and conditions and confidentiality policy on my website. And I can assure you that everything that we speak is totally confidential. And we will have a contract as well of confidentiality that we both sign, party sign. So if there is anyone more involved within the discussion, well, that person will also, or that group of people will also sign. Um, that over surface, we are going to go through everything within detail. We need to dip into the actual situation, understand. I need to understand you. You need to remove that armor, that protection mask, so that I can actually deep in and understand where you are, why you are in that situation. And that would be understanding the culture, understanding you, and that comes with trust. Action orientated. So every session with me will have a result, something that we're going to put in black and white in a paper in your diary that you need to do an action to improve. And we will measure that because on the following session, we are going to measure that how you did it and what has been the results. Yourself a deception. This is also a very good point because sometimes the conflict is for you to see things that you struggle with. And it could be, and this, I'm saying this in a very respectful way, sometimes it's a conflict between you and your ego. So we need to break patterns here, and you may hear things that you don't want to hear, but they are the important things that we need to discuss and the things that are going to make you move forward on that situation, I'm sure. The next point that I want to talk about is the integrated methodology, the methodology that I use in order to support the people that comes to me. So deep executive coaching, which is getting into the actual situation as I discussed before, is knowing the root cause of this situation where you are at. And that's for me to understand you, for me to understand the culture of your company or your organization, and then understanding all of it, I will be able to make you see through things that perhaps you're not yet able to see. Also, is the systems thinking. So, analyzing the complexity of your organization. For me, this is also a key, as I was mentioning on previously on the other point as well. Everything is linked, as you can see. Understanding your culture or the cultural organization, who you are as an individual, but also who you are as a professional in the position that you are in this company or organization. This is where we need to make things to be even and in tune in order to move forward. Ontological coaching, also one of the tools that I use because you are a person, you're a human being, you got feelings as well. You got family, you got friends, you like to eat out, drink, etc. So all of these things that you are as an individual, how can they be you without affecting your professional life? So I think this summarizes everything. I hope that this presentation has been helpful. And if you have any questions, you need to speak to me. You can drop me a message, a direct message. You can also visit me on my website and book an initial conversation, and then we can go from there. Thank you once again for watching. Bye bye.